Today I'll be discussing three ethical issues in the construction industry. First, I'll start with a process known as front-end loading. Front-end loading is a process used by some contractors when putting together pay applications that suggest activities in the beginning are worth more than they actually are. This is bad from the owner's perspective because they are actually paying for work that has not been completed or in some cases even started yet. However, this is good from the contractor's perspective because it improves the cash flow position and decreases the amount of cash they need to float the job. This process is not illegal, but is it unethical? Next, I'll discuss what is known as bid shopping. Bid shopping is the practice of providing one competitor's price to another competitor who is bidding on the same scope of work. This benefits the contractor in two ways. One, it could help ensure that the contractor works with their preferred subcontractor. It could also help drive the price of the bids down, which in turn lowers the overall price and increases the chances of getting the job. However, it's unfair to the subcontractors whose bid is shopped because it greatly decreases their chance of getting the contract on public projects where the low bid is essential. Next, I'll discuss bid rigging. Bid rigging is a process in which competitors come together in an agreement that results in driving up the price of the job. They achieve this by predetermining who will perform which scope of work and then agreeing to purposely submit a high bid on all other scopes they do not want to perform. This is very hurtful for the owner because it removes the competitive nature of the bid process. Therefore, he or she will be faced with a higher price for the job. However, this benefits the contractor or subcontractors involved because they are assured to get the scope of work they bid on. They also stand to make more profit because they do not have to be as competitive with their bid since they have no real competition. As for my views on these three issues, in my opinion, front-end loading, although it's beneficial to the contractor's cash flow position, is unethical because essentially you're stealing from the owner by charging for work that you have not done. As for my view on bid shopping, I feel that it's an unethical practice. Again, it's something that can benefit the contractor by ensuring you work with a preferred sub or get a better price. However, your reputation should be the most important factor in any situation. Once your reputation is compromised, the chances of getting extremely high bids or having a hard time finding subcontractors to work for you will increase. My view on bid rigging is I feel as though bid rigging is the worst of the three unethical practices I've discussed. Not only is this illegal, but if you're discovered, it would be detrimental to your reputation. By removing the competitiveness of the bid process, to me it is the ultimate form of both cheating and stealing in the construction market. As for where I learned about these three unethical issues, bid rigging and bid shopping, I was first exposed to the details of these unethical practices during our Ethics in Construction lecture by Professor Olson in my Project Controls 2 class at Auburn University. I gained a general understanding of the process of front-end loading in a discussion on job site cash flow led by Professor Holly in my Project Controls 3 class at Auburn. In conclusion, in construction, as with any business or industry, everybody's sole purpose is to make a profit. However, this mindset can sometimes lead to unethical practices as I've discussed in this video. However, most importantly, your reputation should be more important than any amount of money you may make by indulging in unethical practices. Once your reputation becomes questionable, it can severely hurt your chances of acquiring work in the future. Therefore, although you may benefit in the short term, in the long run it's best to stick to ethical business practices.